Yo, what's up, guys? In today's video, I got a bunch of Chicago Bulls news, rumors, and updates that I'm going to jump into later in today's video. But nonetheless, before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Leave a quick like on today's video. It takes a second, helps me out a lot. And some comments and questions below today's video about the past few Bulls games and, of course, the NBA trade deadline. And also check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was talking about how the Bulls plan to be very active on the buyout market and how there's been some reports about the Bulls being interested in Goran Dragic and Tristan Thompson if both those players do get bought out. Later in today's video, I'm going to be jumping into some more potential buyout candidates for the Chicago Bulls. But either way, let's just jump right into today's video. You know, it's been a few days since the NBA trade deadline, and let me just say, I didn't expect the Bulls to make any crazy trades or any big trades like that. I was maybe expecting a minor trade or the Bulls just to be active on the buyout market, which it's looking like they are, thankfully, because I've said this in many videos, I believe the Bulls still need to add a big man behind Vucevic for the NBA playoffs. And something that really surprised me, if you go back to my last video and look at all the comments, all of them are like bashing the Chicago Bulls front office about how they were upset that the Bulls didn't make any moves or any big trades. I also saw on Twitter a lot of Bulls fans were really not happy that the Bulls did stand pat. And I understand both sides of that, but let's say if the 76ers and the Nets didn't make that big trade, I don't think fans would have been that upset. It definitely sucks that both those teams have looked like they got a lot better on paper. Of course, that's on paper. You know, who knows what's going to happen in Philly. James Harden, he's been kind of up and down this season. And same with Brooklyn. You know, who knows with Kyrie Irving being a part-time player. Ben Simmons hasn't played in about a year or so now, so who knows. But either way, both those teams did get better on paper at least. Same with the Bucks. They added a big man. So I saw a lot of people not happy with the Bulls standing pat. And even Darnell Mayberry, you know, he's a Bulls insider. He's a writer for The Athletic. And he called the Chicago Bulls one of the biggest losers at the NBA trade deadline. Definitely let me know below today's video if you guys believe the Bulls are one of the biggest losers of the NBA trade deadline. You know, it definitely sucks that the Bulls didn't make any trades for a big man because I believe that's what we're really missing. But at the same time, hopefully the buyout market does seem to heat up soon and the Bulls could snatch maybe a big man. I've talked about it in my last video. I believe Dragic and Tristan Thompson would be two great veteran pickups for the Chicago Bulls. You know, both those names aren't like huge names, but they're both good veterans that could help out this young Bulls team in my opinion. Definitely let me know below today's video what your guys' thoughts are on the Bulls standing pat and if you guys believe they lost at the NBA trade deadline. And the next topic in today's video is some huge injury updates. You know, there was some videos on Twitter just the other day about Lonzo Ball, I'd say recovering and just working out and trying to get back for the Chicago Bulls. So that's a great sign to see. If I find those videos again, I'll try to throw that up. But either way, Billy Donovan was talking to the media just a few days ago, and he was saying how, you know, he was talking to Patrick Williams and how he's expecting Patrick Williams will be back for some regular season games, and that's huge. You know, there was some talk and rumors surrounding Patrick Williams, how he's expected to return sooner rather than later for the Bulls, but that's really cool to see that Billy Donovan and even Arturas were talking about how they expect him back for some regular season action. You know, but at the same time, he did say that he doesn't know when, and it's not a for sure thing, but he did say it's a very good possibility as long as there are no setbacks for Patrick Williams. So that's huge in my opinion. I mean, even though the Bulls didn't make any trades, getting Patrick Williams back, Alex Caruso, Derrick Jones Jr., and Lonzo Ball is pretty much like a trade in my opinion. I've seen a lot of Bulls fans saying that, and I agree with that. I mean, the Bulls really haven't played this whole season 100% healthy. I think we had not even maybe a few weeks healthy. I also know Arturas and Billy Donovan really like this group, and that's why they didn't make any trades at the trade deadline. And there was even some pictures of Patrick Williams pre-game the other day. You know, I'll make sure to throw up the picture for you guys, but he finally did get his cast off. You know, there are some reports that he is fully conditioned as well. He's going to be returning much sooner rather than later for the Bulls. So that's huge. I'm really happy with that. And with the Bulls pretty much dealing with COVID issues, injury issues this whole season, I swear every year the Bulls are always dealing with the injury bug. Billy Donovan was talking to the media and he said there may be an opportunity if everything kind of falls right into place that maybe, I don't know, you know, 10, 12, 14 games left in the NBA season, maybe we could have our whole team back. And I hope that's true, man, because when this team was 100% healthy, they were fun to watch. They were winning games. I'm pretty sure they have an undefeated record when they are 100% healthy. healthy. But of course, that's a very small sample size. Hopefully everyone's back with a few games left before the NBA playoffs. Definitely leave some comments and questions below today's video about all those updates. And the final topic in today's video is about the Chicago Bulls and Casey Johnson. You know, he was on a podcast just the other day, and he was talking about the Bulls, the NBA trade deadline, and the buyout market. And he said very confidently they are not done. I'm going to be shocked if they don't add someone on the buyout market. And that's a great sign to see. I always said before the trade deadline that was the best bet. Not ruin the chemistry or trade any players. Just try and get a big man or maybe a veteran guard on the buyout market. And since the trade deadline, there was a lot of trades and everything like that. And according to John Haller, I believe he works for The Athletic, he put out a list of some potential buyout candidates. He listed John Wall, Gary Harris, Goran Dragic, Eric Bledsoe, Robin Lopez, Corey Joseph, Ennis Freedom, Tristan Thompson, Paul Millsap, and Mike Muscala. Definitely check out my last video if you guys missed it. I was breaking down the whole Goran Dragic and Tristan Thompson rumors. But another big man that would love the Chicago Bulls to target would be Robin Lopez. You know, Robin Lopez used to play for the Bulls a few seasons ago. You know, he was very solid. He is 33 years old. He hasn't really been playing that much for a rebuilding Orlando Magic team, but he is, I feel like, a great backup center that the Bulls could need. I mean, about 25 games played for this season. He's only played about 18 minutes per game, but in those 18 minutes, he's played very solid. He's averaged 8 points per game, shooting about 58% from the field, and a very surprising 40% from three-point range. Also 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block per game. If he does get bought out, I would love for the Chicago Bulls to target Rolo. I was always a big fan of Rolo when he played for the Bulls. And another big man that might get bought out that I feel like a lot of Bulls fans haven't been talking about is Mike Muscala. You know, I'm going to be honest, he's not like a lockdown defender or anything like that, but he is a 6'11 center or power forward for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He is 30 years old, and I believe he'd be a great stretch big man for the Bulls if they do want one in him. You know, on the season, he really hasn't played that much either. He's only been playing about 14 minutes per night in about 43 games for Oklahoma City. And in those 14 minutes, he's put up about 8 points per game, shooting about 46% from the field, an amazing 43% from three-point range, also averaging 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal, and a block per game as well. If Mike Muscala or Robin Lopez does get bought out, I would 100% want the Chicago Bulls to target either of those big men. I feel like both of them could help the Chicago Bulls in their own ways. You know, Muscala is a great stretch big man, and I feel like especially nowadays in the NBA, you always need a stretch big man on the floor at all times, and I feel like him and Rolo would both be good backups to Vooch. But either way, let me know below today's video who you guys want the Chicago Bulls to target on the buyout market. Thank you guys again for all the love on the channel and the past few videos. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.